Here we go. Nicely timed with the music. Thank you. Thank you.
That was professional.
I'm here all week. All right. Don't lean on my chair, please. Don't like it. Sorry. Right. Where were we?
Nowhere good. Just nowhere good.
Okay. Here we are. Look at that. Very attractive. All right.
I'm very here for how all the characters are like, just
right, flexing. Exactly. All right. So I think were we at the library, or had we decided to go back to the town? I can't remember.
I think we were
looking at the time signatures. 23, 44. Here's the 14th. Here's the 14th. I think this is us. Here we go. Okay.
Good job, Rebecca. So,
sorry,
please be kind to yourself, okay? It's always rough.
All right. Right. Here we go. So we looked around a couple of different places with Kanika and Avery about where to find Stella. And so our choices now are... We have lots of explore options. Reminder, explore options mean you don't have to... means you're not advancing the main plot, you're taking side quests. This, I'm supposed to get tea with your mom today. That is the plot. We will put our back to that and ignore it for as long as possible. Exactly. Oh my gosh, look at all these wiggles. People know 70 things. Let's check out the diner. We should go to the cops, right? Yeah, that's second last, thanks. Checking out the church. We should go to the mines. Oh god, no, I don't want to go to the mines. That sounds... I know, Kanika just looks killer. I think the church is the next best option, but it's going to be weird because it's entirely possible that Stella's visiting her parents' graves.
It's also entirely possible that, the Reverend Simon Pegg is doing terrible things, though.
Yeah, I don't really want to go to the mines. I hope if I pick, we should go to the mines, Avery just looks at me like...
What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you? Exactly. So, let's go to the church. We should check out the church. Church? Why? In fact, I can probably pull this microphone down a little bit closer so we don't have to be so hard on our voices. Better? There we go.
I see what you're thinking. Stella was confronted with evidence of the afterlife, so she might try getting into all of that religious stuff. It's worth checking out.
I think we'd be barking up the wrong tree, but I guess you're right. There's no point not being thorough.
I wouldn't mind stocking up on some holy water while we're there, too. Seems like a good idea to cover all our bases at this point.
Did we tell them the story?
I don't think we did.
Did we tell the chat? Okay. So when we found out Alistair had been cast in Read Dracula, we were literally standing in the Vatican. And so we texted them like, so do you need any holy water?
The Pope says hi.
Literally right here. And the response we got is, that is the most baller text message I've ever received. Yes, that was... of course we have holy water. Of course we have holy water for the Vatican. Every good adventurer has holy water for the Vatican, right? Unless there is a different religious organization in your universe. I don't think oh god, they're Baptists.
That explains some things.
Yes, it does. I don't think Baptists do the whole holy water thing, but I'm pretty sure Pastor Daniel would pretend to bless some water if it meant keeping us around a little longer.
That's good enough for me.
Let's not linger, though. I don't want him thinking we're possible converts.
That is strong, only goth in the village energy.
Right?
Kanika leads the way, taking you up the gradual slope towards the church.
Whose house is that? I wonder if it's the pastor's.
Probably the pastor's. There's also appear to be alpaca.
They sure look like llama or alpaca. And I bet that's, what's her name, Janie?
Yes.
The woman who does house cleaning.
Who is also Mrs. the Pastor.
Yeah, who is Mrs. the Pastor. Exactly. Look to the right.
Hey, Wayne.
Oh, Wayne, what? No, not creepy Wayne voice. Ah! Oh, dear. We really are in a valley, though. Look at that. Lovely. Hang on, which is the button for? Yes, H. H is the button for
Pastor Dan sends off my knee jerk. Sorry, I'm Jewish. Response. Cindy Consolation. He sends off my sorry, I'm technically Catholic. Response as well. Kanika leads the way. Blah blah. Yeah. You know, I've lived here for a few years now, and I've never actually been to the church.
That's probably for a good reason. Where is that weirdo?
My. 4 visitors at once? On a Thursday? This is unprecedented.
Okay, if you don't want me to suspect your priest,
Don't give him axe murderer music.
Don't give them axe murderer music. Don't give them creepy music. Oh my gosh. Hey. But there are only 3 of us.
Oh no. Were we... just you.
Oh no. Were we followed by a ditchling? Were we followed by... Wayne?
Sup, old people?
Oh god, I love saying so much. Oh.
Dude. He has a shirt of himself being radical.
That is amazing.
Just in case the Black Tabby folks are watching the stream, please, we have the mightiest need. A Zane being Zane shirt, please.
Is awesome. Oh, it's just Zane. What are you doing here?
All the glimpses of death I've had in the past 2 days have forced me into the midst of an existential crisis, my dudes. I wanted to see if faith held any answers for me. Also, I have not yet found the solace I seek. Give it time, Zane. It sometimes takes a while for the Lord to work his way into your heart. But when he does, you won't regret letting him in. Be sure to look over those pamphlets I gave you. And of course, I'm always here if you need to talk.
Oh, so creepy.
Sure thing, Pastor D. Peace, y'all! I choose to believe he has a little Bill and Ted guitar riff as he skates. Meow!
Right, exactly. Anyway, we're looking for Stella. She kind of wandered off last night, and no one has seen her since. We're starting to get pretty worried. We hoped maybe you or Janie had seen her?
I can't speak for Janie, but I'm afraid I've seen neither hide nor hair of Stella. If you'd like to talk to my wife, she's just over by the alpacas.
Yep.
Though, Petra, I was hoping we might be able to talk in private.
Okay. He's probably the guy giving the service. I should... Why does it need to be in private?
It's a personal matter. I'd rather folks not pry on this. I won't bite or anything, I promise, and we can talk here, right in the open. That sounds very court-mandated.
I guess we'll leave you to it while we check in with Janie.
See you in a minute. Your friends head off towards Janie and the alpacas, leaving you alone with the nervous pastor. Very court-mandated.
Well done. Well done. I'm actually a Mesoamerican immortal emperor cursed by my evil advisor to be an alpaca. Do you have poison? Cusco's poison?
The poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison. I had a chat with the mayor yesterday. I heard you did too.
Oh! He can talk to animals and he knows we can as well.
Interesting.
Okay.
I'm so glad you came. I've never met anyone else who could hear them. You have no idea how long I thought I must have had some kind of insanity.
Oh. Did you mislead him with the path of economy? Oh, he struggled with his gift. That's actually sad.
I even thought at one point that it must have been the Lord himself talking to me through them.
Well, whatever floats your boat, honey. That's fine too.
But they never had anything very insightful to say.
Rude.
So I was disavowed of that pretty early on. Boiled peanut.
What's boiled peanuts? Oh, wow.
Hello?
Okay. No, I think maybe we'll save that to ourselves. Whoa. Interesting. Okay. There's a lot of options here. I like the explore options. I think we should friend. Have you met Frou-Frou, Gretchen, Pixel?
Of course I have, but I learned early on in life not to let on that I have this gift. At least not while other humans are around, so I haven't spoken with any of them.
No problem, Ocean. So that was us picking the have you met these particular animals. Hey, Corvin.
I get the feeling Frou-Frou wouldn't talk to me even if she knew I would understand her.
Fair, valid.
I've tried to befriend the alpaca when no one else is around. Emphasis on tried. Surprisingly cliquey.
Oh my god, I better get to talk to the alpaca. Please, I need to talk to the alpaca. The game is going okay, Corvin. We went to the church looking to find Stella, and we found Zane, who was having an existential crisis, dude. So went to talk to the pastor, who's just confided in us privately that he also speaks to animals, and Wayne is creeping around the church.
Being Ukasi.
Yes. So there's a lot going on.
Besides that, I try to maintain a low profile, only chatting with the wildlife when I'm sure no one is looking.
So, options.
Are you not going to comment on my appearance? I'm old now.
Are you sure we aren't actually talking to animals?
Have we been cursed? That seems very out of character for you.
Have we been cursed? Why did we suffer this fate? No. Is your gift why you got into the church? That's a valid question. Explore. Is this why people think you're creepy? Because you have the gift.
Rude.
Well, your sweet baggy boy, I think, is all yours, Pezzy. Let's say, is your gift why you got into the church?
It's hard to say. I was raised Baptist by two loving parents, and I was always interested in religion, but I've also always known about my talent, so I don't know which one came first.
Surprisingly honest.
If anything, though, I'd say I'm religious in spite of the gift. Hasn't exactly been easy to square this with a lot of the religious education I've had. For instance, a lot of religious leaders will tell you that only humans have souls. Well, you and I both know that's not true, though I suppose that gets into a whole different conversation about what exactly a soul is. But those are conversations I'm very glad to leave to the scholars. I'm just a simple small-town pastor. I don't need to ask the big questions anymore. I just have to help people through their daily lives.
Interesting.
I'm actually getting to quite like him.
Warming to him, yes, exactly. Let's pick the Explorer auction. Are we sure we're actually talking to animals? Let's see what his experience is in this.
Now that I know there are at least two of us, I have no doubt. There have definitely been times in my life, though, when I thought I might just be insane.
You're right, it is the definition of pastoral care.
Yeah. But it's so consistent, and I've never exhibited any other signs of insanity.
Okay, good.
In my most doubting moments, I have considered the possibility that other entities may be using the animals to confuse my faith. But besides a particularly vicious hamster I had growing up, the most an animal has ever tried to convince me to do is give them more food. So I somehow doubt their puppets are some otherworldly evil, unless that otherworldly evil wants me to overfeed my pets.
Hamsters are vicious.
Hamsters will fuck you up.
For sure. Let's save that one. I don't want to say is this why people
No,
think you're
me neither.
creepy.
It seems cruel.
And I don't think we've been cursed.
No. Maybe the relief one. I can't express how much of a relief it is to finally meet someone else like me.
Like me. I hope you don't think the two of us
That's
sharing
straight up
gift
dickitude.
means we're friends. I hope you know that this means the two of us are bonded for life, best friends. Nobody else understands.
That's
what
also
it's like to be
dickitude.
there. No, if it's not ironic. I like the does Janie know? I do not like the great, the one
No.
person I've met who shares my talents as a religious weirdo. I'm going to say the I can't express how much of a relief it is to finally meet someone else like me.
Likewise, though it may be more than just the two of us now. I have my suspicions that Tulip might have inherited the gift.
And,
There have been some particularly nasty rats in the church lately, and she said some things that led me to believe she might be able to understand them.
who's Tulip?
I'm guessing his daughter. He's interrupted by the sounds of a snapping twig and a high-pitched giggle, partly muffled by the underbrush on the edge of the property.
This child is adorable, and I'm checking everywhere for dangers in the bushes around them. They named their daughter Tulip. Okay. I'm so curious to play through as a complete ass. Yeah, exactly.
Just play the entire game like Billy Idol, you know. Tulip, come out of there. You know you're not supposed to play in the woods. Tulip glances back into the woods, quiet as she hesitates. Tulip, are you going to be good? Or are we going to skip story time tonight?
I'll be good. You don't have to skip story time. I won't go into the woods. I promise.
I know you won't, Tulip, because you know it's too dangerous for little girls in there. Why don't you go help Mama with the alpacas? It's just about time they got fed. You can give them hay.
Oh, she's so cute.
Tulip smiles broadly, seemingly excited by the prospect, and hurries off. Sorry, I had to have a firm parenting moment just then. She's been trying to run off into these woods a lot lately, and it's really dangerous, even for adults.
Oh dear. Oh.
Oh, Pastor
darling,
Daniel.
No, please. Please, no. Look towards the alpaca. She's even cuter from afar. Oh, look at her tiny little self. Adorable.
There's this massive trash dump not too far past the trees, but it must be at least 50 years old, so it's all grown over and it looks like it's part of the landscape.
Let's go poke it.
But if you accidentally walk on it, you might find yourself falling into a hip-deep mound of rusty cans and broken glass.
Explore options. Oh,
Tetanus Lake.
Stella told me about it. Yeah, that's an explore option. Oh, Tetanus Lake. Stella told me about it.
Tetanus Lake? That's an accurate name. I wonder if Tulip would stay away if I started calling it that. Or if it would only make it sound more alluring.
I'm thinking powerful build and mystic is going to be my next playthrough for sure. How big of a trash dump are we talking? Would a weekend of hard work clear it out?
Maybe if you had construction equipment and a team of professionals. It's a big area, and I have no idea how deep it goes.
Oh dear.
In the meantime, I'm just making sure Tulip knows not to go near it.
What were you saying about the church having rats?
Ah, yes. The rats. So, you and I are used to the sort of chatter we hear from wildlife. It's usually nothing that needs to be paid attention to. But these rats, something so sinister about them. And they must be huge, judging by the sound of them scurrying around in there. Tulip had never shown evidence of the ability before. She's never responded to the alpacas or engaged in conversations with birds. In retrospect, she could have been hiding it. The way I did, growing up.
Or what she's hearing are not animals that are still talking to her.
Because I know she's been talking to the rats. She calls them her friends. I've been drawing all these pictures of them. Really ghastly things.
Oh no.
I've tried to bring it up with her, but she just gets this little smile. Doesn't say a word, like it's her fun little secret.
Great. Oh, is she talking to Ditchlings? Is she talking to Wayne? Leave the child. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
It's all innocent enough in the grand scheme of things, but I'm pretty sure they also live out there in that trash heap, and since she started talking about her friends, she's been trying to sneak out there.
No.
Concerned she's going to get hurt or catch some kind of disease.
Well. Okay. So we have a number of explore options.
This is really creepy, dude.
We're gonna start with, have you actually seen them?
No, but I don't need to. I lived in a dorm that had rats once. You never see them, but the church has all the signs of an infestation, and there's no mistaking the sound of little creatures stampeding through the walls.
Huh.
I've left out some humane rat traps, but they're too smart for them. All it's done is waste peanut butter. And I caught a possum in one. Poor thing. Possums are never very bright, but at least he got a nice big scoop of peanut butter out of the ordeal.
Did you harm Dustin? How dare you?
Trouble comes for Dustin!
Has Janie heard them?
She's not in the church very often. She's usually in town doing her jobs until late, and we spend our evenings in the house. It's just me and Tulip all day long.
This is how horrible.
Oh, sir. Janie knows Tulip has made some strange little friends and thinks it's an imagination game. I was hoping I'd sort out the rat issue before she could get suspicious, but they are persistent, so I may have to hire an exterminator if I can get the money for one. I hope it doesn't have to come to that.
So, what have they been actually saying?
They like to try to goad me into crying or becoming depressed.
Ooh.
They watch me through unseen holes and they make fun of me. And they try to figure out how to press my buttons.
Oh, there's a lot there.
It's annoying, but it's easy enough to block out, especially when I'm praying.
Yeah, I don't think those are rats.
I don't think they're a good influence on Tulip, though. She's gotten quiet and secretive ever since she started talking to them.
Oh, no.
I'd hate to think what they say to her when I'm not around to hear.
Are you sure they're rats?
I think so. The pastor shifts uncomfortably for a moment. I hope so.
Okay.
You,
Okay.
you sir, are aware you are in danger.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Oh.
Oh, we're gonna have to go talk to the assholes.
Is there anything I can do to help? She acts very I'm saving the game really quick. Hold on. Is there anything I can do to help? Maybe I could try talking to them, even though I really don't want to.
That would be lovely. I'd certainly appreciate a helping hand here.
Oh, I think there's no saving this game anymore. Oh, gosh. Just a reminder, folks. Real serious content warnings here. I'll throw them up again in the chat. But, you know, if we're going to go talk to whatever the heck is trying to make the pastor depressed and push his buttons, may not be pleasant, okay? I think the church has something worse than rats. I'm with you. It may also be why Wayne's hanging around. Either he wants to talk to us or he's trying to point our attention towards something that's gone wrong here.
I don't want to be too much of a bother, and you should probably finish looking for your missing friend first, but I'll be around.
Chapter 5! Okay. Chapter 5 may be
Or later today.
fix the church. Okay. Maybe he's smiling because something is watching him and he can't reveal anything. Yeah, I don't see anything other than Wayne, like in the church windows anywhere, but we're not at a great angle to see anything, so.
Out of the corner of your eye, you see Kanika and Avery walking back to the two of you. They must have finished talking to Janie.
Janie says she hasn't seen Stella either, so we better get going.
Thanks for suggesting we head up here, Petra. We got to feed the alpacas. They were so cute and soft. It was awesome. And Janie says she'll come by the diner with cookies for the miners, and a few extras for me, of course.
Oh, nice. She's so nice, she even offered to bring me some since I'm feeling under the weather. Hope your talk with the pastor went well?
Yes, we had a great conversation. I appreciate you all stopping by, even if it wasn't under the best circumstances. I'll let you all be on your way. I hope Stella turns up soon. I'll put in some prayers with the big man for her.
Alright, thanks. See ya. No, I didn't get to talk to the alpacas. That's not fair.
Kanika and Avery start down the path to town, and you follow.
I was robbed of alpaca conversation.
You were going to do the alpacas as Valley Girls. I could tell.
I don't know. I would have come up with a voice. We're at a place where Twitch would like us all to take a little break for commercial purposes. So let's get back to town real quick. We've got a couple minutes and see if we find a good, pause. The smallest church in Scarlet Hollow is the achievement we've just unlocked.
So, what was that about? He seemed pretty insistent on talking to you alone.
Yeah, he didn't see anything weird, did he? So, options are nosy, aren't you? Let the man have his privacy. He can I don't want to give his secret away.
I actually like Tulips apparently made some weird imaginary
Yeah,
friends.
I like the option. Tulips apparently made some weird imaginary friends. We might want to check it out later this week. I think that's a very good option. In my playthrough, Daniel said alpacas. Oh, okay. Tulips apparently made some weird imaginary friends. We might want to check it out later this week. Kids make up imaginary friends all the time. Pastor Daniel says that there's a rat infestation in the church and that the rats are her friends. I don't know. It seemed weird.
Should have known we'd have to deal with a spooky kid at some point.
Right, Avery? Okay, as much as I'd hate going back there, I guess it's a loose lead. We didn't have anything else to investigate once we found Stella, and
Kanika pauses.
once we've checked out the clinic, then maybe we can look around the church.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's not get too distracted until we find Stella, though. Where next?
Before you can suggest your next move, you start to feel woozy. Spots form at the edges of your vision. Your legs suddenly feel unstable, your body sending you clear signals of exhaustion.
Oh, wow. Oh, no.
And then it passes. Still, probably won't be long before your body needs a chance to rest. You should plan your next move wisely. That feels like it's gently pushing us towards tea with Mom.
It is, but I'm not going to do tea with Mom. I'm going to go to the diner. I think food might really help, or at least like a chance to sit down and have I will save the cup of tea for that. That sounds like a you get one more explore warning. Yeah, Stitch, I'm totally with you. I am not going to the mines and I'm not going to the cops, so we'll check out the diner for sure. That you're having a symptom but not immediate consequences. It's a warning signal. Yeah, I like that a lot too. Exactly. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick little break because my stomach's growling, actually. I need a cracker or something. Again, if you are subject to ads, by all means, take 3 minutes and come back. If you are not subject to ads, do take a moment or two. Make sure your drink's filled up and all that good stuff. And we will be back in a moment as I remember how to push the buttons. And I'm back. But it's just me because Alistair is still making me a snack. So I was looking at the chat while we were away on the ad break, and yeah, I think you're right, Ozzy. I think this is one of the consequences of the sacrifice play is you get a limited number of explore options, which is calculated to specifically annoy me single-handedly, I think, because I love explore options and now I get less of them and I am sad. You get wishes of nice game from the sponsor, Scrooge McDuck. Yes, thank you. And there's a whole little plate of snacks now. Here's snacks. Look, Alistair made me a little picnic. I have apple and couple slices of cheese, and he got himself some pop chips and some crackers. So, pardon me if I eat while we play. Goblin would like to make a small little hint. This appears to be a sharp cheddar. Go ahead, Goblin, that's fine. My inclination is to go to the diner. Because that's where all the workers are organizing right now. For the mine strike.
Specifically, Cathedral Cheddar.
Cathedral cheddar. Okay, fine. Cool. We went to a church earlier. There may be someone else at the cops. The other person I could think of being at the cops would be Bo. Oh, who would know about the goat? But if I talk to Bo about the goat, then I'm not gonna get to talk to the miners about the strike because of my feeble flesh. This is not fair.
They're in the same place.
Huh?
They're in the same place.
No, they're not.
You're right, they're not.
Went to the ale and cranberry left over from our LARP event. That sounds fantastic. Though I am very conflicted now. The mines are right out. I'm not going to the mines. But I need to know about the goat. It's very important. Otherwise, I cannot free Dustin at Dustin's mom's home.
You should go see the cops.
All right. This is obviously a place where I have to make another save, right? Okay. Let's make another save. There we go. I've got another save. So that if I regret my decision... Okay. Let's go talk to the cops, I guess. We should go talk to the cops, right?
Are you sure? Nothing against the fine officers of Scarlet Hollow, but you've met them, right? You think it's worth the trouble?
As unhelpful as they are, we are dealing with a missing person. That's technically cop stuff. It's probably going to be more of a formality than anything, but there's no point in not covering all of our bases other than the frailty of my skin, apparently. Yep, Bo, we were right, there's Bo.
The police station is exactly what you would expect from a town the size of Scarlet Hollow. It smells strongly of coffee and faintly of aged furniture and paper, and the general tidiness speaks of a department that doesn't get much done.
Let's see. We've got pictures on clipboards. Something championship, bowling championship, I think. I want to give Bo such a hug. I know. He's such a sweetheart. All right, do you remember your cop voices?
No.
Okay.
This will be fun for everyone, especially me. The police station...
Oh, yeah, you already read the police station. That right.
But you're also not alone here. You enter to find a worried Bo standing between you and the officers behind the desk.
All right, let's see what Bo has to say.
Let me get this right. You are trying to report a missing pumpkin.
I'm totally going to help Bo find his pumpkin.
Big Betty wasn't just a pumpkin, Sheriff Hugby, sir. She was going to be a prize winner. Raising her was the last thing me and my daddy did together. She's important to me.
Bo, you're every thought. You are so sweet. You make me cry. I need to do a playthrough where I'm strong enough.
Bo. Are you sure it was Julius and not some enterprising bearer that got a hold of it? You all know Julius thinks that land belongs to him. Probably thought Big Betty was his to take. He ain't coming to his door, so for all I know, he might be all the way to the state fair by now, with our pumpkin. Ain't there something y'all can do about it? I'm afraid we need at least some kind of evidence to go on before we go barging into a man's home, son.
I can get you evidence by barging into the back of a man's house. How about that?
Why don't you see if you can find something a little more solid for us to go on? Then we can see about helping you out.
No, I will help you!
Dean!
Hi, Dean.
Oh there! What happened to you? It ain't polite to comment on appearances like that. Ghost turned me old.
Ghost turned me old.
I'm back. Library was haunted. What? Library was haunted.
I freed the library from a wrathful spirit at great cost to myself. Huh. Well, at least the police are observant. Yeah.
I really like Ghost turned me old.
I kind of like Ghost turned me old, muttered under my breath, and we'll see if they hear it. Ghost turned me old.
Hugby and Derrickson stare at you for a moment before breaking out in laughter.
Fine.
If you say so.
It's true. I was there. A ghost stored years of Petra's life. I can't believe I just said that.
And we got possessed. It was a wild night. Silence, again, as everyone in the room processes this new information.
I like this music in particular.
Looks like what happens when my wife takes makeup off. Hugby laughs, slapping his knee, announcing to the room that he has told a great joke.
Bo, did you manage to find your dad? But are you folks part of... Okay, there's a lot of explore option here. Stella ran off last night and she's still missing. Bo, did you manage to find your dad? What's all this about a pumpkin? Weird question, but are your folks part of a cult and is that why you weren't doing your jobs? And then there are actual decisions to be made. I think let's start with, Bo, did you find your dad?
Yeah, some of the fuck you answers here have very strong kind of, would you like to know which ones of your friends were cowards? Energy to them.
Yes, exactly. Bo, did you manage to find your dad?
Bo's stoic expression breaks, and for a moment you can almost see tears forming in his eyes. But he blinks them away.
Oh, this poor baby.
No, I ain't found him. Had to stop looking so I could stay home and guard the farm. There are more of these things every minute, seems like.
Yes, Dean, this is the same studio, Black Tabby Games, that created Slay the Princess. Let me get you a link to the games and the studio. And you need to buy this game because it's wonderful.
Do you think they'll go back where they came from soon?
I'm personally doing everything I can to send them packing is my inclination for a response.
Yes.
I'm sure they'll leave soon, Buddy is patronizing. Oh, wow. I kind of like him. Halloween's just in a few days and they've really helped set the mood. No.
To the man whose father they
I'm
killed.
going to say, I'm personally doing everything I can.
Kanika liked that.
Oh yeah, look at the smile.
I will do my part to help. Kick in as many of those nasty little faces as I can. I don't know how many I can send scampering off.
Yes, can we also please pay attention to the fact that apparently Halloween is in a few days?
Almost like in time for episode 7.
Almost in time for the funeral of the relative that we are here for, which is taking place in a couple of days. Does this game conclude on Halloween? Yes, because a funeral and a ritual on Halloween is the same. Oh my lordy, this is going to be messy. Okay. Wow.
Seems like there's no end to these critters.
Sorry, I took a bite of my apple.
I think maybe pumpkin next.
Yeah, What's all this about a pumpkin?
Seems Bo here has misplaced a considerably large pumpkin. Have you all heard a word I said? I did not misplace Big Betty. She was stolen. And I know who done it, so I'd appreciate it if y'all would give Mr. Tremaine a visit and set things straight. And I'm telling you, we can't barge into your neighbor's house just 'cause you want us to.
Let's see.
You want me to go over there and kick his ass for you?
Well, Wow, there's a lot that's going... explore options.
Explore options. Always explore options.
What makes you think Mr. Tremaine is responsible? You're poking a wasp's nest, Petra. There's 100 years of history here.
He's been claiming Big Betty was his since day one. on account of he thinks it was planted on his side of the property. The Calloways and Tremaines have been at this for a long time. They can never agree on whose land is whose. This ain't the first time we've heard something like this, and we get a fair share of calls from Julius Tremaine too. You know, Julius is a friend of mine. He's a lot of things, and he is quite definitely a bit of a curmudgeon, but I have never pegged him as a thief.
I think it is West Virginia. It's West Virginia. Or Tennessee, I'm not sure.
I didn't know Julius ever talked to anybody. Talk is a strong word, but I like to think we have some kind of understanding.
Avery, you're invaluable. Can I ask, why is this pumpkin so valuable?
Me and my daddy put a lot of work into that pumpkin. She was near 2,000 pounds.
Woo!
Guaranteed blue ribbon. Naturally, our first question is how an old man like Julius Tremaine manages to move a pumpkin that size. Makes the whole story just a little difficult to believe. I do not know how Julius managed it. I know it must have been him.
There are contests where they carve those pumpkins those size into boats and have races in them.
He ain't even coming to his door to answer for what he done.
And that's what I'm worried about.
At the very least, he could give me seeds from what's left of her. Raising her was the last thing Daddy and me did together. That's interesting, because I haven't seen Julius since Tuesday, and he is usually in the diner every day. Not necessarily a big deal for a lot of people, but he never misses his morning joe.
Uh-oh.
So maybe he isn't a thief. Could be something happened to him. If he ain't the thief, then who stole our pumpkin? Beats me. I just don't think folks should be so quick to jump to conclusions.
How do you even move a 2,000-pound pumpkin?
I don't know how he did it. He did it. You, sure it wasn't a bear?
Bear wouldn't roll the thing away. It would just smash it right there.
Well, no bear. We're hunting folk. We know the signs. This was a man's work. That means it was Mr. Tremaine. He knew just what to do to hurt our family.
Oh. Alright, so, relatives. You want me to go over there and kick his ass for you? If you're related to Julius, why can't you just put your differences aside and get along? Someone's got to be the bigger man.
I severely doubt anyone is bigger than Bo in this situation.
I don't think Bo's asking you to throw Julius in jail or anything. Why can't you look into this? I like this whole I'm sorry for everything that's happened. But I kind of also like shaming the police into like, you can't drive around and knock on his door? Come on. I don't think Bo's asking you to throw Julius in jail or anything. Why can't you look into this?
Thatcher is right. I ain't asking for much. Bo, if I went down that road, I am sure Julius would come down here tomorrow and have a whole list of his own complaints, and all of them would sound just as justified as yours. Sometimes it's just best to let things work themselves out.
Is Julius the mayor's owner? Good question. But it sounds like Bo has a real case here. It's not just two neighbors having an emotional dispute. There's been stolen property. Couldn't you get involved on his behalf just this once after everything he's been through this week? Kanika, knife with the guilt. Well to do. Well done.
You say that like this is the first time one of these feuding farm folk have come in about missing vegetables. We have heard it all.
What else are you busy doing?
And what we've learned is it's best to keep our noses out of it. I'm sure Bo here will be unsatisfied with whatever the legal system feels is just punishment for stealing Big Betty. Doesn't matter what happens, if we do anything, Julius will be storming in here the next day with a complaint of his own. Heck, he'll probably come down here regardless. Yep, and it'll be about a missing butternut squash or what have you. And he sure made it into a soup on the Callaway side of the property line. You know, even
Thank
if
you,
Julius
Avery.
didn't take Big Betty, it might be worth doing a welfare check. Alright, let me speak in plainer terms. Everyone knows that Julius Germain's land is booby-trapped to hell. It is not worth it.
Well, that was useful for us.
And it took us 10 minutes of digging to get to that, did it, Mr. Mix's Piddletick? Thank you. It's never stopped me. Yeah? Do you have kids, Avery? Because I've got 2 teenage girls at home. Hugby's got grandkids. Franklin's got... the mayor? I guess. I'm not about to risk getting my head blown off over a pumpkin.
For the love of...
That's right. There's some sleeping dogs you learn to just let lie.
Great policing. Wow. Wow.
I've been Scarlet Hollow's sheriff for over 20 years now. You do not hold a position like that for so long without learning a few lessons on temperance and moderation. If I may, sirs, ain't that a mad bit cowardly of you? I thought police officers were supposed to be brave.
Do it, Bo!
Fuck him up, big lad! Not the ones that live very long, son. Look, I've been to Julius's 100 times. I can tag along. I can make sure nobody gets hurt. That's a mighty kind offer, but let's give it another day. There's no need to escalate things when they might just resolve themselves.
Bo, you want to go sneak in? Let's go sneak in.
Let's do Stella's question and then let's do the... By the way, you all suck, right? You know how much you suck? Because you suck.
For 20 years? So about as long as Tabitha and Petra have been alive? Oh, interesting. So he's been sheriff as... He would have been sheriff or become sheriff around the time... Stella ran off last night and she's still missing. She isn't home and none of us have heard from her.
She what now? Oh, that's just our Stella. Always running off. I wouldn't worry too much about it. She'll turn up.
This is different, Earl. You know I wouldn't be up here bothering you if it wasn't important.
Yeah, for one thing, someone threatened her last night. He's been following Petra around ever since she got into town, too. And there are a lot of them things out there. Too many of them.
I'm gonna try Bo's right. Bo's right. She really shouldn't be off on her own when there are so many ditchlings keeping around in broad daylight and she hasn't contacted anybody.
Ditchlings? Petra told me about him yesterday. They're them creepy little things that got my daddy. I called about him last night, too, since they've been coming up out of the woods into the farm. Even saw some on my way here. Plain as day. Oh, we've been getting a lot of calls about those. Guess Scarlet Hollow has either been invaded by ghouls or else suffering some kind of mass hallucination. I may have even seen one or two myself. All the same, I don't see what we're supposed to do about them. Or about Stella.
The last sheriff could have died.
Did you get the fucking badge in a cereal box there?
Right?
She's a grown woman. She wants to go off to the woods for a bit. We don't need to go after her like she's missed curfew. It's a free country. If there are critters bothering folks and stealing livestock, ain't Joel supposed to take care of them? Now, son. We ain't animal control. We're the police.
Are you kidding me? This town doesn't even have animal control.
Well, maybe it should get one. Weird question, but kiss our asses.
I'm Okay, this is a weird question, but are you folks part of a cult? And is that why you're not doing your jobs? Or what's going on here?
The police officers stare at you, perplexed.
Look at Avery's face!
Like, oh, no, she didn't. A cult? I don't think we have that sort of thing up here. We are doing our jobs. Just look at Franklin back there. He's filling all kinds of paperwork pertaining to what happened up at the manse. You know, I can't say I appreciate your tone. Sounds like you're accusing us of some kind of indecency. What do you think we go up into the hills and do seances and rituals and all that sort of thing? Get your head out of the clouds.
I absolutely positively guarantee you that at some point in this game you will find them up in the woods doing seances and rituals. Positively 99%. Yep.
We didn't kill him. Who? What?
Right? Let's just get going. Well, no one can say we didn't try. Let's keep looking.
Have a good one, officers. Same to you, kid.
Why won't they we just unlocked an achievement called Why Won't They Just Do Their Jobs?
Do you really think Hugby and Dickerson could be part of some cult that secretly runs Scarlet Hollow? That'd be wild. I'd never suspect them of that sort of thing. Seems like it'd be too much work.
As someone who's lived in this town my entire life, there's no way. For one thing, cult activity like what you're describing just doesn't happen. I've done my fair share of reading on satanic panics and so-called occult groups, and it's always all totally made up. People constantly freak out about Satanists without realizing they're just a bunch of debate club nerds who listen to heavy metal.
Rude. So, instead of not being able to rely on the cops because they're part of the cult that secretly runs the town, we can't rely on them because they're just not that good at what they do?
Yeah.
That's so much less exciting. But either way, I guess it's up to us to solve the mysteries of Scarlet Hollow.
We'll do a much better job anyway.
Where to next? As you consider your next move, your vision blurs again, but this time it persists. The weakness in your knees returns, your ears fill with static, and you feel yourself swaying, unable to control your body. It seems the toll of the pact you made last night is finally catching up with you. Whoa, you don't look too good. Your body crumples to the ground.
Oh dear. We're gonna wake up at the place where we're having tea, aren't we?
God, I hope we don't go back to the house. I hate the house.
We have a few more minutes. Oh shit! The general store is just around the corner. Let's get you inside. As I said, we're about to wake up where we're going to have tea. I'm going to save here just in case. Let's at least get loaded in, and then we'll stop here for the night. No more explore options for us.
The bells of the general store jingle welcomingly as your companions drag you across the threshold. You can faintly make out the unintelligible mumbling of what must be voices, and then you fade out again. You come to in a chair in the tea room. Sybil sits across from you, a gentle smile of relief washing over her face as you regain consciousness.
And since I am perfectly psychic, we will call it there. That is an excellent place for us to start next week, i.e. with the plot. She looks pleasant. I'm going to find out she's actually not.
Sybil may not suck.
I'm not sure kind of what Sybil's deal is, but she's the reason we were able to actually deal with the ghost under the library. And the fact that she wanted us to come talk to her about tea, the fact that she gives Tabitha tea, I think she knows. I think she knows a lot about what's going on, and I'm really hoping we're about to learn more from Sybil about what's going on.
I'm also curious as to why it seems like 3 of the 4 women in a particular generation in this town are all different kinds of ill. Tabitha has her medicinal tea. Kanika is
Kanika
feeling under the weather.
Has something. Reese is being medicated.
We have this. Why doesn't Stella?
Or Stella has something else that we don't know about.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a look at that cabinet, right? It's all tea cabinets. Okay, let's there we go.
We're about to get our tarot read.
Those are tarot. That we got lots of dried herbs going on. Tea mugs, tea paraphernalia.
That is
That's
also
a
a
medicine-
really,
that's a medicine
really
cabinet, a
lovely
healthcare
piece of
cabinet.
art in a game that is made of them.
I know.
That is how you draw a character who is older.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. Avery gives you unusual tea if you visit them in chapter 2 as well. Yeah, there's some sort of like we all have something going on and we drink tea about it. I don't know. Yeah, the light and this over the steam is really good.
Damn, Abby.
She's actually just Alistair with a wig. I mean, she kind of maybe could. The glasses are a similar shape. I don't think you'd look that good with long hair, though. I gotta say.
No, I wouldn't. I could rock the cape, though.
Yeah, the little shoulder shawl thing she's got going on is quite nice. It's a very kind expression.
By the way, Dean, thank you. Your very kind words about my extremely geographically variable southern accent helped me through that quite demanding section.
What is that thing on the wall to the right of the cabinet? It says tea is life. And this to me looks like some sort of curtain.
Yeah. At this stage, so do I.
Okay, why don't we take just a quick...
Thank you, folks.
We'll take just a quick moment or two for a break, and then we will come back with some shenanigans. There's not much nightmare fuel in this particular scenario because, you know, we left the creepy church with the rats talking to the
Oh, yeah,
children.
that's going to be fun.
And
Definitely not
we have
scarring.
the Beau's neighbor's house to go break into. I mean, we're very busy. We have a very full agenda. But we'll take just a moment or two to kind of change the tone, get up and stretch one last time, and then we'll be back for a couple of shenanigans. As I find a button.